political course in the country has been volatile and fast-changing. Despite all the accords and agreements, CPN-UML now finds itself in a helpless position as Nepali Congress has taken the center stage. With Nepali Congress candidate Ramchandra Paudel now almost certain to become the third president of the country, CPN-UML has quit the government and withdrawn its support. Good evening, I'm Abhyuday Shrestha and these are the headlines of the hour. CPN-UML quits the government within 65 days of its formation. 8 UML ministers tender their resignation. Nepali Congress prepares to join the government. Prime Minister Dahal's decision to stop the foreign minister from attending the UN Human Rights Council Assembly in Geneva creates ripples in the diplomatic arena. The Supreme Court lifts the travel ban imposed on rape-accused cricketer Sandeep Lamichhane, also holds the Patan High Court's decision to release him on bail. Can prepares to send Lamichhane to Dubai. And Nepal defeats Papua New Guinea by 4 wickets in the ICC World Cricket League 2 series in the UAE, creates history by winning 5 consecutive ODI matches in League 2. CPN-UML has quit the government within 65 days of its formation. CPN-UML ministers furnished their resignations to Prime Minister Pushpakamal Dahal today. With the exit of CPN-UML from the government, the coalition formed on 25th of December has unofficially ended. 8 ministers from CPN-UML tendered their resignation to Prime Minister Dahal at his official residence in Balwatar today. Of those tendering their resignation were Bishnu Paudel, who was a Deputy Prime Minister and Minister for Finance, Jwala Kumari Shah, Minister for Agriculture, Rajendra Kumar Rai of the Ministry of Land Management, Foreign Affairs Minister Bimala Paudel Rai, Padam Giri of the Ministry of Health, Bhagwati Chaudhary of the Ministry of Women, Defense Minister Hari Prasad Upreti and Damodar Bhandari of the Ministry of Industries. Prior to this, the CPN-UML Secretariat meeting held earlier this morning had decided to quit the government and withdraw its support. Following that, the cabinet members from CPN-UML had reached the parliamentary party office in Singhadarwar, after which they furnished their resignation at Balwatar. CPN-UML had decided to quit the government after CPN Maoist Center decided not to support its candidate in the presidential election. Before CPN-UML's exit from the government, Rashtriya Prajatantra Party and Rashtriya Swatantra Party had called quits. Following CPN-UML's departure from the Council of Ministers, the leaderships at 16 ministries remain vacant. Meanwhile, the 8-party alliance formed for the resignation of the candidacy of the president, formed for the registration of the candidacy of the president is making preparation to join the government. The largest party of the new alliance, Nepali Congress, has said that it will join the government after holding discussions among the senior leaders. Meanwhile, Prime Minister Dahal is understood to be in the mood of giving the cabinet a full shape only after the presidential election. With the exit from the cabinet, CPN-UML will now become the main opposition at the House of Representatives. Prime Minister Pushpakamal Dahal is required to generate a vote of confidence yet again from the House of Representatives, as the largest party of the previous ruling coalition, CPN-UML, has quit the government and withdrawn its support. Pushpakamal Dahal was elected the Prime Minister with the support of 169 members of the House of Representatives, including 7 parties: CPN Maoist Center, CPN-UML, Rashtriya Prajatantra Party, Rashtriya Swatantra Party, Janata Samajwadi Party, Janmat Party and Nagrik Unmukti Party, and 5 independent parliamentarians on 25th of December. A day later, Dahal received the vote of confidence also from Nepali Congress and CPN Unified Socialist, among other parties. Dahal, who was appointed Prime Minister based on Article 76, Sub-Article 2 of the Constitution, garnered the trust vote as provisioned by Sub-Article 4. As the largest party, which had supported him, withdrew its support, analysts have said that Premier Dahal is required to receive the vote of confidence as provisioned by Article 100, Sub-Article 2. In the 275-member House of Representatives, the support of at least 138 is required to secure a majority. Prior to this, Prime Minister Dahal had received the trust vote from 268 parliamentarians. While the recommendation for his appointment as the Prime Minister was made to the President, 169 parliamentarians had supported him as the Premier. Of them, 93 parliamentarians have withdrawn their support as of now. Nepali Congress and CPN-UML have expedited efforts to ensure victory for their presidential candidates. Following registration of candidacies from Ramchandra Paudel of Nepali Congress and Subhas Nemwang of CPN-UML, both the parties have begun correspondence, parlays and training programs. Nepali Congress President Sher Bahadur Deuba and presidential candidate Ramchandra Paudel are to call upon the voters to support Paudel in the presidential race. The 8-party alliance formed to support Paudel in the presidential election has planned interaction programs in Kathmandu and the provinces before the presidential election. Nepali Congress is also to deploy 7 leaders in each provinces for the provincial interactions. Meanwhile, CPN-UML has already corresponded with all parties excluding Nepali Congress seeking support in favor of Nemwang. The party is also making preparations to train its parliamentarians and province assembly members. Nepal's internal political struggles have come to the international fore as Prime Minister Pushpakamal Dahal stopped the Minister for Foreign Affairs from attending the 52nd Assembly of the United Nations Human Rights Council in Geneva at the last moment. With internal political struggles creating an impact on diplomacy, it is likely to damage the image of the country and international relations. Nepal was scheduled to present its achievements and make commitments in terms of human rights at the Council. Foreign ministerial level sideline meetings were also slated alongside ensuring transitional justice victim-friendly. However, the visit of the minister was cancelled because of internal politics. The international community is likely to raise questions against Nepal as advisors are leading the delegation, which should have been headed by the national executive. Diplomatic experts are of the opinion that internal issues should not affect international relations and national diplomacy. However, the Prime Minister's Secretariat has said that the visit of the minister had to be stopped, citing possible criticisms regarding transitional justice. In this context, the former Minister for Foreign Affairs, who was denied the Geneva visit, has said that a member of the cabinet could not hurt national image at any international forum. According to Paudel, Prime Minister Dahal said that her representation of the government at a time when the political equation had changed could have created a negative impact. Foreign affairs experts have termed Prime Minister Dahal's decision to cancel the minister's visit immature. Former Minister for Foreign Affairs Pradeep Gewali has said that anyone outside of the government was not eligible to represent the nation and make commitments at international forums. In our Public Voice segment today, we have asked people in several provinces regarding their assessment of the performance of the parliamentarians from their electoral constituencies. Let's take a look at what they had to say.
Public Voice.
विभिन्न प्रकारका आश्वासन दिएर जनताहरुसँग भोट माग्ने मात्र गर्नुहुन्छ तर माथि गएर कुनै पनि आफ्ना एजेन्डाहरु राख्नु हुँदैन।
रोड नयाँ निकासा गर्नु पर्यो कि अब त्यसलाई पिच गर्नु पर्यो कि त्यही बजेट सम्बन्धी यो कुरा संसदमा उठाएको पाइन्छ।
केको बोल्नियो आफै लरामती छ कुर्सी ताना तान्छ अनि जनताको समस्या के बुझ्छन् र
त्यहाँबाट जितेर जान्छ अनि संसदमा केही गर्दैन।
हामीलाई के फाइदै छैन त के भन्ने
यो गर्छु त्यो गर्छु भन्ने विकासको नाराहरू दिन्छन्। अब यस्तै यो पुरानो नै व्यतिथि हो।
Welcome back. The Supreme Court has lifted the travel ban imposed on national cricketer Sandeep Lamichhane. The rape-accused cricketer had moved the Apex Court on 23rd of January, challenging the Patan High Court's January 12 order to release him on bail with conditions, which barred Lamichhane from traveling abroad and directed him to inform the police while leaving Kathmandu. Responding to Lamichhane's petition, a single bench of Justice Ishwar Prasad Khatiwada on 24th of January refused to act per Lamichhane's demand to allow him to participate in the ongoing triangular series of the ICC World Cup League 2, which began in the UAE today. The court, however, decided to conduct a final hearing on the petitions from Lamichhane and the Attorney General's office yesterday. But it could not complete the hearing and it was rescheduled for today. In the hearing held today, a division bench of Justices Sapna Pradhan Malla and Kumar Chudal ruled in favor of the petition filed by Lamichane, allowing him to travel abroad. In a separate hearing, the Apex Court also upheld the Patan High Court's decision to release Lamichane on bail. The Attorney General's office on 31st of January last month moved the Supreme Court, challenging the decision of the Patan High Court to release national cricketer Lamichane on bail. It demanded revocation of the High Court's decision and further probe into the rape charges against him by keeping him in judicial custody. Following the High Court's verdict, Lamichane was released from custody on 13th of January after posting a bail of 2 million rupees. It's time now for our segment Public Pulse, where you text us with your opinion.
Public Pulse.
But before that, let's take a look at the results from yesterday's poll. Yesterday, we had asked you, why have state-owned medicine company not been able to operate on full capacity? 44% voted for A, poor management, 51% voted for B, political interference, and 5% voted for C, lack of resources. And here's today's question. What should be done to increase domestic production? Your options are A, promote entrepreneurship, B, use domestic products, and C, discourage import. The voting is on. Type NEWS, select your option A, B, or C, and send it to 34001 to share your opinion with us. Welcome back. It's time now for the sports news.
Sports news.
Nepal registered their 5th consecutive win in ODI matches, defeating Papua New Guinea by 4 wickets in the first match of the ICC World Cricket League 2 series in the UAE. This was the first time Nepal registered 5 consecutive wins in its history of ODI matches. In the match played at the Dubai International Cricket Stadium today, PNG were put to bat first and posted 203 runs for the loss of 9 wickets in the allotted 50 overs. Skipper Asad Vala and Chad Soper, who remained not out, were the leading run scorers for PNG with 36 runs each. Gulchan Jha was the pick of the Nepali bowlers, grabbing 3 wickets. Kushal Malla also took 2 wickets, while Sompal Kami, Karan Keshi and Pratish Jishi all claimed a wicket each. Chasing a victory target of 204 runs, Nepal romped home, scoring 207 runs in 45.2 overs, losing 6 wickets. Opening pair Kushal Bhurtel and Asif Sheikh gave a good start for Nepal with a partnership of 76 runs. Bhurtel top scored for Nepal with 56 runs, hitting 5 fours. Asif Sheikh also contributed 44 runs, while Arif Sheikh added 33. Asad Vala, with 3 wickets, was the leading wicket taker for PNG. Nepal have never lost against PNG in the World Cricket League 2. Nepal are in the 6th spot of the points table with 28 points from 29 matches. Nepal will now clash against hosts UAE this Thursday. Meanwhile, Nepal have registered their 3rd consecutive win in the ongoing ICC Under-19 World Cup Asia qualifier, thrashing Hong Kong by 9 wickets. Hong Kong batted first in the match played at the Melek Cricket Ground in the UAE and were bowled out for 120 runs in 46.3 overs. Parth Bhagwat, with 36 runs, was the leading scorer for Hong Kong. Hemant Dhami spearheaded the Nepali bowling attack by grabbing 3 wickets. In reply, Nepal reached the victory target by scoring 126 runs in 22.1 overs, losing just 1 wicket. Opener Akash Tripathi top scored for Nepal with an unbeaten 64, hitting 4 sixes and 5 fours. Uttam Rangu Thapamagar also contributed 39 runs in the win and remained not out. With the win, Nepal's chances of qualifying for the Under-19 World Cup has increased. Nepal had earlier defeated Singapore and Kuwait in the ongoing tournament. Nepal will now face Malaysia in the tournament tomorrow. And it's time now for the weather update. that's all for the moment. Thank you for watching. Good night.